Hello everyone, in this lecture we will learn about some more different data types. In the previous lecture we have learnt about numeric data type, string data type and list data type. Now let us see another data type which is called tuple. List and tuple does the same thing, but the only difference is tuple data is immutable where list data type is not immutable. What is the meaning of immutable? Means we cannot change. So when we declare a tuple, we cannot update it again. It is protected. But a list, we have seen in our previous video, right? We can update a list, we can insert a new element in a list, we can remove something from a list. But in tuple, once we create it, we cannot modify it. So that's the only difference between list and tuple. Else everything is same. There is a slight difference in syntax. In list, we write it inside a square bracket, where in tuple, we write it inside a round bracket. In Python, we don't write any data type explicitly, right? So this syntax difference will help Python to understand if it is a list or tuple. Square bracket is list, round bracket is tuple. So let's go to our PyCharm editor and see with an example. So let me create a new Python file and let me name it as learn tuple data type. Okay, let's create a tuple. I will name it as students equal to, I told you, right, tuple will be always in a round bracket. So let's say Rajesh, and we can take different type of data, right? So let me take a number, then I will take another name, let's say Ayush. I will take a number, let's say 21, then I will take another name Shweta and 23. Okay, let me give one space. Okay, let's print this tuple. So we can say print, then students. Okay, let me just run it. So here you see it got printed whatever we have written it here. Then how can we access these tuple items? It is again same as a list. Each item in a tuple is associated with a number known as index, and the index always starts from 0. The first one is 0, then 1, 2 and so on. Okay, so if you want to fetch the first one, then you can just write print students, then you can say 0. So basically it will fetch Rajesh. Similarly, if you want to fetch 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, it will fetch Shweta. Okay, let's execute and see. Here you can see it is Rajesh and Shweta. So it is pretty much same as list, okay, whatever we have learnt in our previous video. We have also discussed, right, Python tuples are immutable or unchangeable. So we cannot add, update or delete items in a tuple. So let's see if we want to update something, what is happening. So let me do one thing. I'll just do students of 0, okay, and we'll update to, let's say earlier it was Rajesh, now we want to update it to Deepak, okay, and then you want to print it. Let's see what is happening, right? See, we are seeing one error. Tuple object doesn't support item assignment. So you cannot update it. But if you really want to update it, just change it to list. You can easily do it. See, this is possible. But if you are using tuple, it is not possible. So maybe you would have been thinking now when to use list and when to use tuple. I will say it is completely based on your scenario. Let's say you have a test case or scenario where update or modification is not required. So in that case you use tuple, but if you need modification or update, in that case you use list. So it's completely up to you and the situation, the scenario, what you are working on. Depending on that, you declare it as a list or declare it as a tuple. One more thing, like list, you can also use length function to find the length of this tuple. So let me again make it as a tuple and remove these things, and let me say print length of the tuple is, you can use length function, and here you can give the tuple name p is small. Okay, let's execute. What happened? Okay, here is a mistake. Let me execute again. Okay, length of the tuple is 6. Okay, so here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6. If you add one more number, then it will be 7. See, length of the tuple is 7. So using the length function, you can find the length of the tuple. Okay, so what we learnt in this lecture, a tuple is a collection similar to a Python list. The primary difference is that we cannot modify a tuple once it is created. Okay, so that's all for this lecture. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.